Hey, what's up with it? It's your boy Kevin Miller. I'm just here making another little late night video. Just wanted to make this joint before I go to sleep, but the concept that I really wanted to elaborate on is that we need to, we as men, we have to understand that we're the directors and the controllers of society. We're the ones that should be laying down the laws, rules, and regulations of our community. But a lot of men, they don't know that because they've never been taught that. They've never been taught to be leaders. They've never been taught to take a stand or the fact that they have authority. Instead, what society has taught them is to be feminized, and it's also taught them to be very passive. It's taught them to not be a leader, but just to sit around and be chilled out or whatever. But it's no wonder that society is so-called going down the drain. What else can you say about it? Because the men of the society aren't standing up and taking control. And really, I don't care what society tells you or what the women like. This is your role as a man. You have to step up and you have to take reign. You have to take the reins and take control. Now, when I say director and controller of society, you as a man, you should be the one that's enforcing the rules, laws, and regulations of society. But the problem is, man, most men, they don't even have any idea of what kind of law to follow. You know? But the Bible tells you a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. I'm a follower of Jesus, so I'm going to tell you to follow the biblical laws. So basically, as I said before, a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways, meaning he doesn't have any kind of root. He doesn't have any foundational philosophy, well, not philosophy, but a foundational understanding of anything. So therefore, any deceptive philosophy that comes along that sounds halfway decent, that can push this person here or there. Their mind is changing with the wind. And this kind of person is unstable. So therefore, you cannot follow after this person. Now, another thing the Bible tells us, like in the end times, there's going to be a lot of deception. And you can see it now. There's all kinds of just strange philosophies that's being perpetuated. And people are finding out, they'll experiment with it and they're finding out that they're not really feeling any satisfaction from it. But, they waste years of their time engaging in this. So basically, man, I'm trying to call out all my men who follow Jesus, and we have to start following what's in that Bible, and we have to start building up our communities in a godly fashion, because the huge problem nowadays is one of morality. I did a lot of videos talking about relationship type stuff, and my videos are not geared towards getting as many different women as possible. My videos are geared towards finding that one quality woman that really you can spend your life with. You know what I mean? And it's becoming extremely difficult for the average man to find that quality woman because the lack of values. Many men make the mistake of thinking that they can earn their way into a woman's loyalty. Like if they have enough money, if they have a six pack, if they have enough fame, that's gonna make a woman loyal. No, it's not going to. I'll just tell you like that. A lot of athletes have been cheated on. A lot of Hollywood stars have been cheated on. The only thing that's really going to get you loyalty is getting with a loyal woman. And this loyal woman, she has to have some kind of moral grounding. You know? She has to have some kind of moral grounding. So really, man, we gotta start getting back to taking control of society, man. You know, the Bible tells us like the eye is a lamp of the body. If the eye is healthy, like the whole body is healthy. It says something along those lines. I have to go get the verse to tell you exactly what it says, but it says something along those lines. But basically, what that is telling you is, you know, the images that you see with your eyes, they're eventually going to determine your mental health, your spiritual health, and even your physical health. Like, if you watch deranged stuff all day, it's going to put all kinds of deranged images in your mind. It's eventually going to start affecting your behavior. And the same is true of watching quality things. So this is, if this wasn't true, advertisers wouldn't spend millions upon millions of dollars on these commercials. You know, they wouldn't spend millions of dollars playing the same commercial over and over and over for you. But they do, because they realize the effect that of like having you be exposed to certain images over and over. They know that is drilling itself into your mind. You know, we live in very satanic, very evil times. So, you know, the family structure has been all but destroyed. And one of the ways they do it is through the television. Like when I was growing up, they had shows like The Cosby Show and, you know, just other shows that had a family structure, a strong family structure. There was a father who was, you know, he was masculine, he took control, and there was a mother. And, you know, the kids, like, they respected their parents. But now they're showing, you know, they got all these reality shows, these housewife shows where 90% of the women ain't housewives, and they're just getting around, sleeping around, and all of that. You know, all of that is to brainwash you. They've eliminated the image of a successful household, so that the many people that watch, they don't know what to emulate anymore. And it's the same thing with music too. They've taken love out of all of these songs and they replaced it with sex and drugs. And, you know, people listen and watch this stuff over and over and over again. And it starts ingraining, these values start ingraining themselves into your mind. Like, you know, these television producers, they tell you what they're doing while they're doing it. Have you ever heard of the saying, back to your regularly scheduled programming? Now, what that means is when you program something, you give the recipient instructions to do whatever you want it to do. Like if you're programming a computer, you're giving the computer instructions to carry out what you want the computer to carry out. Now, when these people say back to your regularly scheduled programming, what's happening is they're giving you the values they want you to have. And one of the values that they want you to have is to not have a strong family structure. Because once they remove that out of the way, they know that they're the ones that's going to be in control. And they're the ones that can give you your values. Because typically we get our values from our family. But once the family is gone, they're going to step in as a new daddy and give you your values. And this is one of the reasons why we have so many of these programs that emasculate the men. Because men, as we said before, they're the directors and the controllers of society. They're the value givers. So when they remove any masculine concepts, men, they just don't have this knowledge anymore. They don't know that they're supposed to be doing this kind of stuff. So therefore, you have a society that's wide open. You have a society that's receptive to some outside force to come in and give that society its values. And that's what's happening now. Emasculate the men. Don't let them know that they're the leaders of their community. And then once that void is created, that void of leadership, then step in and implant these new values. These values of promiscuity, of fornication, just wild behavior. And it seems appealing initially, but most of you will find that it's not satisfying. You're never satisfied. You always have a heavy feeling over you. You're always looking for something. Even though it seems like you have everything this world has to offer, you're always looking for something. And that's really what's crazy, man. We spend so much of our lives chasing after this money, this wealth, this fame, because we have this notion that it's going to give us satisfaction. It's going to eliminate that void we feel. But it's sort of like the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden. This fruit, we're promised that if we get this fruit, that it's going to give us something that we don't have. But once you get it, it's not necessarily what you thought it was. Because if you look at a lot of these superstars from music, acting, or whatever, a lot of them say when they come out with their stories, they're suicidal. They feel empty inside. Like, for instance, Bow Wow, he just came out and said he was at a dark point where he was suicidal. He didn't already been through all the women. He didn't already got everything that you can pretty much get, And it didn't bring him happiness. Did not bring him happiness. But a lot of us, we fall into the illusion that this will bring us happiness, when a lot of the people that already got it, they'll tell you straight up that it doesn't bring you happiness. So we're really chasing after an illusion. But the Bible tells us, be content in any situation. Real contentedness isn't going to come from material. It's going to come from choosing to be contented and to have God in your life. And have a strong family structure, to have good friends. These things are worth way more than money. But I'm not telling you not to get money. I'm telling you to not focus your life on chasing fame and being rich. You know what I mean? Get enough money to where you can live decently, you can handle all your bills and all of that. But don't neglect your friends, don't neglect your family, because they're worth way more when it's said and done. But let's get back to that point of men being directors and controllers of society, man. I'm going to start doing more videos on some of the values that we should have and that we should start spreading, and some of the things we need to start regulating, because, man, society is going downhill, man. If we don't take control, if we don't do the godly thing, if we don't do the right thing, man, we're headed towards self-destruction. That's all I can say. So let's come together and let's do the right thing. Well, God bless and peace.